There was once a man who carried a rope everywhere he went. He believed that if he held on tight enough, he could control everything: his job, his family, his future. The rope was a symbol of control, and he never let it go. But the tighter he held it, the more anxious he became. When things didn't go his way, he pulled harder. When people changed, he blamed them. When life moved unexpectedly, he resisted. One day, the rope began to burn his hands. He didn't understand. "I'm holding on to stay in control," he told himself, "so why does it hurt so much?" He sought out a teacher, an old woman who lived near the edge of a quiet forest. She was known not for giving answers, but for helping people see their own. He showed her his hands, blistered from the rope. "I'm trying to hold my life together," he said. "But the more I grip, the more it slips away." She didn't respond right away. Instead, she handed him a leaf and told him to drop it in the river nearby. He watched the leaf float, carried effortlessly by the current. No resistance, no force, just movement. She asked, "Why do you think the river doesn't need a rope?" He said nothing, but his silence was louder than all his trying. The woman sat by the river and motioned for him to join her. "You think control keeps you safe," she said, "but it's not safety you're clinging to, it's fear." He looked at the rope in his hands, so familiar, so heavy. "If I let go," he whispered, "everything might fall apart." She replied, "Or maybe everything will finally be allowed to come together." They sat in silence. The wind moved through the trees. The water kept flowing, never rushed, never stuck, always forward. He closed his eyes and loosened his grip, just slightly. In that moment, something inside him did not break. It softened. If this story speaks to a part of you, subscribe and tap the bell. Your peace begins where control ends. That night, he slept without the rope beside him for the first time in years. The silence felt unfamiliar, but not empty. In the morning, he asked the woman, "If I stop trying to control everything, what do I do instead?" She smiled. "You respond instead of react. You guide instead of grip. You trust the flow instead of fearing the unknown." They walked through the forest. Leaves fell without resistance, trees bent with the wind, not to break, but to dance. She pointed ahead. "Life isn't something to control, it's something to cooperate with. Flow doesn't mean giving up, it means joining in." The man didn't answer, he just exhaled, fully, freely. As days passed, the man began to notice what he had never seen before: how life moved with or without his effort. The sun still rose. The seasons still changed. People came and went. And when challenges appeared, he didn't rush to fix them. He sat with them, watched them, responded with clarity instead of panic. He began to realize it wasn't the rope that had kept things together. It was his awareness, his presence, his ability to adapt. The rope had only made him tired. Now, without it, he wasn't out of control. He was finally in rhythm. He eventually returned home, not as someone who had figured everything out, but as someone who no longer needed to. He still planned, still cared, still made decisions. But now, he didn't grip life with clenched fists. He held it with open hands. When things changed, he flowed. When things stayed the same, he breathed. And when the unexpected arrived, he welcomed it like a traveler, not a threat. He had let go, not of responsibility, but of the illusion that control was safety. And in that letting go, he found peace.